Hello and welcome to lesson 5 of I Got Married, So Now What? And today I'm going to be walking you through how you can enrich and nurture your relationship. So as someone who's married, I know that it can be extremely difficult to nurture your relationship after marriage. Stressors and challenges of life just hit you right after you get married. My husband and I used to be super good at going on walks every single night. We would just go to the park that's about 5 minutes away from us. And we would talk about the stresses of that day, what we were excited for in the future, our goals for the next day. And it was just a really great way for us to grow closer as a couple and improve our relationship. And then I started school. And of course, school stressed me out. And so I kind of put our relationship on the back burner. And we haven't been going on walks. We haven't gone on walks in weeks. And I can tell that it's had an impact on our relationship. And I want to go back to that place where we were connecting more and enriching our relationship daily. So Gottman and Silver talked about the magic 6 hours it takes a couple weeks to continue to nurture their relationship. Some of the things that they talked about were partings, reunions, admiration, appreciation, weekly date nights, and an hour each week to talk about things in your relationship. Douglas Brindley, a professor at BYU, taught us 10 ways that we can enrich our marriage, and I'm going to share those with you today. So the first is to have positive conversations where you share your ideas or your feelings or anything of that nature. So for me, it's harder to have positive conversations when I come home from work because I'm super stressed out and I just want to vent about my day, which is not a great way to start a conversation right when you come home. And one way that I have seen help me is I sit in my car and I just take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and I just relax before I go inside. And when I go inside, it's easier to have a positive, happy, uplifting conversation with my husband. The next is to show affection. This is kissing, hugging, cuddling, whatever way you and your spouse may show affection. My husband and I always kiss and we always hug before we leave and every time we see each other again. And this really helps to create a closeness and it makes me excited to go home because I know that I'll go home to my husband. The next one is to listen attentively. Be like a therapist, be understanding, really listen to them. Don't just sit there and daydream while they're talking to you or interrupt them while they're talking to you. Just listen, that's all they want you to do. Be humble and work together is the next one. This is accepting influence from your spouse. If you're working together and if you're always trying to make decisions together, it'll make your really unified and it'll make you be closer as a couple. The next is continue dating to renew your relationship. Dating is different for everybody. Some people go on dates to the movies. Some people stay at home and watch a movie for a date. Some people go to the restaurant and talk for an hour. Some people go rollerblading. However you and your spouse date, do it. Do it once a week, maybe do it once every 2 weeks if you don't have the time. Just find some time to date your spouse. The next is to enrich your intimacy for a greater unity. It's important to enjoy your emotional relationship, but it's also important to enjoy your physical relationship. If couples can communicate about their intimacy needs, it'll help their relationship to grow. The next is to spend time with family. If you have kids, spending time with your children will help your spouse to see how great you are at being a mom or a dad. If you don't have kids, just spending time with other family members, it'll help them to have a greater appreciation for all that you do. The next is to seek help from each other. You're married, so you can ask for help. You can ask for advice. You can learn from one another. You're there to help each other and to support each other. So do it. The next is to eliminate anger. I'm sure many of you have heard that arguing is good for a relationship, which is true. It's good to argue and to resolve the argument, but that doesn't mean that anger is necessary in the argument. Try to be more relaxed and calm when you have an argument and try to be more positive instead of bringing that anger in. It doesn't help a relationship. And the last is be sensitive and supportive of each other's stress levels. Everyone gets stressed out at some point in time. Some people get more stressed than others, and that's okay. But we just need to work to help our spouses in their stressful situations. We shouldn't be hurtful. We shouldn't be rude to them because this will make them more stressed out. We just need to be supportive and ask them what we can do to help. I hope these 10 ways to enrich your marriage have helped you, and I hope that we see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Bye.